All right, for today's deep dive, we're looking at something you've probably seen pop up in your social media feeds, the Rosa Weighted Cow Plush.
Mm-hmm.
It's sold through sites like tryrosa.com, and the marketing is, really compelling.
It
A
is.
soft, weighted toy that's supposed to help with stress, anxiety, maybe even help you sleep better. And it's often sold at this really low, attractive price.
Right. And so our mission here is to kind of peel back that marketing layer. We're going to compare those claims against what actual buyers have been saying on independent third-party platforms.
So let's get right into it. How does that promise actually hold up? I started looking at consumer reviews on Trustpilot, and the picture it paints is not great.
Not great is an understatement. The overall rating is incredibly low, and what's fascinating is the sheer consistency of the complaints. It's not just Trustpilot. You see the same stories on the Better Business Bureau.
And the core issue seems to be about the product itself,
Yeah.
like just basic description accuracy.
Exactly. The number one complaint over and over is that the plush people received wasn't weighted.
At all. So the main selling point.
The main selling point. It just wasn't there. People also said it was much, much smaller than advertised and made from, very cheap materials. One review said it felt like a sad, empty sock.
Wow. Okay, but what about fulfillment? I mean, are people even getting the product to begin with?
Well, that's the other major piece of this. We're seeing a ton of reports that orders either took months to arrive or in a lot of cases, they just never arrived at all.
So that speaks to a real lack of operational transparency.
It really does.
Now, this is where it gets, for me, a little more concerning. Beyond just a bad product, there seems to be a pattern with financial transactions.
Yes, this is a critical red flag.
People mention seeing unexpected extra charges pop up after they'd already completed the checkout.
And the BBB reports really back this up. Customers detail being hit with additional fees. And sometimes those fees came from completely different merchant names.
That feels designed to confuse the buyer.
It certainly makes things difficult. And when people tried to get refunds, either for the bad product or the one that never showed up, they reported that customer support was, well, basically non-existent,
And the return policies were impossible to navigate.
seemingly structured to make getting your money back as difficult as possible, yes.
So if we pull back and look at the bigger reputation, what does a site like Scam Advisor say about all this?
It's pretty clear. Tryrosa.com has a very, very low trust indicator on their platform.
And why is that? What factors are they flagging?
They point to the same things we're seeing. Limited transparency about who is actually behind the business, and just that weak reputation footprint across the web. It's a pattern they associate with higher risk e-commerce.
So what we're left with is this huge mismatch. On the company's own site, you see these glowing testimonials.
Which are, of course, not independently verified.
Right. And then nearly everywhere else, the third-party feedback is just overwhelmingly negative. You have an inaccurate product, fulfillment failures, and these really questionable billing issues.
To sum it up, we've analyzed a documented pattern here. You have product description inaccuracies, inconsistent fulfillment, and these concerning billing and support problems. And just a reminder, this is all educational commentary, not medical or financial advice.
So here's a final thought for you to take away. When you see that really compelling ad, that beautiful product with a price that seems too good to be true, and it's paired with all these consistent negative reports on third-party sites, how much weight should you really give the company's own on-site testimonials? It's always a good idea to manage your expectations and definitely prioritize secure ways to pay.